Welcome to Caesars Atlantic City Ocean Tower. Alright guys, welcome back to Caesars Atlantic City. We are once again in the Ocean Tower. You have seen me feature the Ocean Tower before, but this room's a little bit different. You guys saw me show the 2 queen room. This is going to be a 1 king room. We'll get into all the specifics, the views, this, that, and the other, but why don't we start with a room tour? So right from the bat, you are sort of in the little foyer area. One thing I really like that I think that they do really, really well are these buttons right here. So you do have the buttons that control the lighting for the entire room. So if you want to turn everything off, you just press that, it turns everything off. Well, it's at the bathroom, I guess. And then you control it back on again. You also have these privacy and service sort of notifications here. So if, for example, you want to be sort of like, when you have the tags on the door that say do not disturb, you can do the privacy one and they won't come and bother you. If you want to have service in your room or, you know, have the beds made up, things like that, press the service button, and they usually come pretty early. I will say though, if you don't let them in when they do come in for the first time, you probably will miss them and you may have to do a reminder, but not a huge deal. They are pretty good about that usually. Also in the front foyer area, you do have the full length as well, which is great. So if you are, going to be heading out to the casino, to a show, whatever, you want to get one last sort of fit check, got the option to do that. Your bathroom area is right over here. One thing I'm not a huge fan of, but I understand it is a bit of a space saver, is to have this sort of sliding door that kind of works for the bathroom and the closet area. So, we did sort of almost have a couple of kerfuffles when we first got into the room. I was putting something in the closet. Cody was coming through the bathroom and almost took my head off at one point. So you do need to be careful. Anyway, I'm gonna show you guys the bathroom. I do like the bathroom area. I find it to be pretty well done. It looks like it has been recently renovated. Again, very similar layout to what you guys have seen in other bathrooms in Caesars, in the Centurion Tower, and of course in the Ocean Tower. So lots of marble, lots of I guess granite, and then you also have the gold sort of fixtures to complement as well. So I really love the shower area. You do have a very spacious shower where you have this little seating area. So if you have been on the boardwalk, you're tired, I just put my hand down there and I don't know how many bare bums there, but we will be washing that hand later. Yeah, so it is nice to be able to sit down and relax, because you do also are able to take this off and kind of hose yourself down if need be as well. So if you want to relax there and kind of just chill, still have a shower, that's a great option. And then of course all the controls are right here, whether it's temperature, you want to press that to have the shower, this for the handheld. I think you can actually have both on there, which if you want to have kind of a dual little system going on there. Once again, a lot of the gold fixtures sort of throughout. So you've got the tissue box, you've got all the different things here with the gold. Even the drain plug is gold, which is really nice as well. Of course, you do have the magnifying mirror with the light and everything. I love one of those little halo lights if you want to maybe pluck your eyebrows when you want to do your makeup, whatever. And then you have the beautiful halo lighting here as well for, yeah, great for selfies. Keep that in mind. And I really do like this tile. It's sort of a weird pattern, weird shape, but I like the sort of Carrara marble look with the sort of darker, kind of contrasting but still complementary, like darker grays with the whites throughout. That kind of nice little combination. Of course, down here you have your extra toilet rolls, your towels, hair dryer, stuff like that. So it's good to know they do include all that stuff. You do have a water closet built in as well. So if somebody else wants to have a shower, do their makeup, do their hair, brush their teeth, whatever, and somebody else needs to use the toilet, you do have the option of that as well. Once again, gotta love Caesars, giving you that extra company of having a little friendly stranger in the bathroom with you in case you need a little company. Let's continue the tour. So as mentioned, you do share a door here, which is kind of annoying, but I do get it as a space saver. It's actually surprisingly a very small closet. Now, Cody and I have just managed to fit both of our full-size suitcases in here. Not a whole lot much more room to spare, but it still does fit. You do have your ironing board in here as well. So yeah, if you do need to sort of fix your stuff up before you're going out, you got the option. This is an adjoining room as well. So unfortunately, there's no lock on this door, which I really don't like. But once the door is shut, it cannot be opened from the other side. There's no handle on the other side, but I still would feel a little bit more comfortable if there was a lock on there personally. The entertainment area over here is great too, because you do have 3 hangers there if you want to hang your jacket, your shirts, whatever. You also have a little spot here if you want to sit down, maybe put your shoes on, maybe put your suitcase here while you're organizing your stuff. Really handy to have that. You also do have some drawers here as well if you want to throw your stuff in. In this area here, you will have your safe. So if you're one of those big gamblers or, you know, you win lots of money, or you want to just put your passport or anything like that, I do recommend always putting anything of value in there, even if it's like your watch that you're not wearing or anything like that. You just never know. I'm not saying anybody's gonna take anything, but it's always better to keep things safe. In here, you do have some more just drawers as well if you want to just keep your rest of your stuff. And over here, you have a mini fridge. Very standard in Atlantic City. Maybe for some of my Vegas travelers out there, you don't really see these in a lot of rooms for free, especially. So they do tend to have these in most rooms, complimentary. Love that, because, you know, everybody wants to leave their leftovers, drinks, things like that in the fridge. So I love that they do include that. TV is a decent size. We don't tend to watch a lot of TV when we're in Atlantic City. We're usually out and about, whether on the boardwalk, the casino, seeing a show, whatever. But it's still nice to have it if you do want to maybe wind down before, you know, bed or whatever, have the TV on. Looks like a decent size. You have some more controls here for to hook up to the TV if you want to watch your own stuff, maybe like a little Roku kind of plug-in thing. Little desk area as well, as if you want to get some work done while you're traveling, with a nice little lamp. Coffee machine, again, not my favorite style coffee machine. I like the pods personally, but still good to have it if you do just want to wake up and just make something rather than going downstairs to like Starbucks or whatever. And over here as well, you do have some more, you know, little plugs and whatnots for your office setup, which is nice to have. The bed area. So it actually is a pretty well-designed bed area. You guys know I'm going to mention this again. I love these so much. So this is this little Caesars Rewards. It's a little area here. You can keep your phone, which will charge. Then there's two USB, one USB-C, and then two just regular outlets. I love that personally. Charging all your devices, I think that's so handy. I love that they put those in the room. I'm telling you guys, if anybody from Caesars is watching this video, sell these in the gift shop. I guarantee people will buy them, especially to have the Caesars branding on there. I personally like that because it kind of does bring me back to like going to, say, Vegas or Atlantic City or other places that for travel. So I do love that. You also have a lot more plugs as well. Another USB, another USB-C, two more outlets, lots of lighting as well in the room, which is great. So if you want to maybe get up to go to the bathroom in the night, don't want to disturb your partner or whoever you're sleeping with, you can just press these little lights here. You're just gonna get a little bit of underlighting under the table there. So you're not gonna light up the entire room and possibly wake up whoever you're with, which is nice. There's also some little ambient lighting behind the bedding as well, which is really nice to have. So yeah, I really like that they have just, it's a light room. It's very bright. I find a lot of hotels tend to give you that really dark. I like how bright and just welcoming it is in here. Let's continue on. The bed is a nice king size bed. So we tend to usually sleep pretty well at Caesars. It's pretty soft. Everything's pretty nice. So I do like that they, yeah, I like the beds in here for the most part, in this tower especially. Sorry, before I get back to the outside of it as well, I do want to mention this. It is such a simple thing. Just throw 2 bottles of water in the room. You understand how easy this makes life. You can get these downstairs in the casino for free, but just the fact that you have these in the room before bed, if you just want to maybe have a sip of water, or you just got off the plane, or you just got off the road or whatever, and you want to come to the room and relax, just hotel people, throw a bottle of water in the room. Don't charge people for it. I hate seeing charging like, you know, $5, whatever. Just put them in the room. It just makes people so much happier. It's a cheap little thing, just do it. Over here as well, you do have an alarm clock with another little charging area here for your phone as well. So there's a lot of places that you can charge or plug in your devices or things like that. So I really, really appreciate that as someone who, you know, has, you know, phones and tablets and other things I traveled, especially when I'm making videos like this. It's great to have those things that you can plug all your devices into. Over here, you do have the chair, the token, I don't want to say it, but the token chair to view the room or just to relax. Maybe if you're having a cocktail, or maybe if you just want to just sit down after a long day. Personally, I think there should be 2, and something tells me in the other rooms there usually are 2. I don't know why there's only 1. Maybe it broke, I don't know, but it's nice that they did include that. The view, I will say, is a little lackluster. So we are in the Ocean Tower, as mentioned. For some reason, okay, the Ocean Tower, if you guys are booking and you see Ocean Tower, your probably first thought is, oh great, I'm gonna see the ocean. Not necessarily. So we can sort of see the ocean. If I really kind of push myself against the window, I can see like a sliver of the ocean. For the most part, my view, we are on the 7th floor. For the most part, my view is of the rooftop, which is not the most attractive. There's like tree stumps and seagull poop everywhere. I can see the Centurion Tower just over there as well, which is nice. It's a nice view with the clouds and everything. But to me, when you hear Ocean Tower, you think ocean. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of it. So just keep that in mind. If you do want to see the ocean, I would recommend trying to get into Centurion Tower. Or if you are going to be in the Ocean Tower, you're going to have to get probably one of the suites that actually faces the ocean. Otherwise, you're going to have to deal with either, you know, a sliver of the ocean or no view of the ocean at all, to be honest with you. But keep that in mind. Otherwise, yeah, a lot of just kind of air conditioning units and things like that. Nothing really all that fancy from a view perspective, but still, at least I can see the ocean. And if you are in, for example, the Forum Tower, you might just be looking at the lobby. So at least you can see outside. Alrighty, so that is going to do it for this room tour of the one king room in the Ocean Tower. So like I said, I have done other room tours before of two queens. So if you're staying in the Ocean Tower and you're staying with maybe a couple other people, whatever, I do have videos of that as well, which I will leave linked below. If you are curious about the Centurion Tower, I have a couple tours as well of that tower. If you're curious about the Forum Tower, curiosity killed the cat, but I will share a video down there of the Forum Tower as well if you just want to get another idea of like another kind of room. Yeah, this is going to be it basically. So if you guys are curious about maybe what I got up to in Atlantic City for this trip, there will be a separate video for that that kind of just shows what I got up to. If you guys want to see, you know, what shows there are to see here or just other activities, I will leave a couple other links down there of things that you can check out. But otherwise, that's probably going to do it for this particular video. If you guys have any questions, if I've missed anything, please do not hesitate to leave any of your questions or comments below. It's helpful to other travelers because they probably the same questions that you guys have. It's also really helpful for me because any interaction you guys have with my videos, whether you're liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, it all helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you're not subscribed, I ask that you please consider subscribing to the channel. It's totally free for you. It really helps me keep delivering this free content to you. Once again, it's been Nail Spotlight, Viva Atlantic City. I'm going to go lose some more money in the casino and we'll see you in the next one.